Hello and welcome to my channel, Crushing My Student Loans. My name is Sean and I'm going to talk to you about my experience and journey with getting started paying off my student loans. I am a chiropractor who graduated with about $170,000 in student loan debt, and I right away started a practice on my own. I went into private practice, and it's taken a considerable amount of time to build up a patient base in an area where I truly didn't know anybody. So getting out of school, I had to build a clientele, get things going, handle overhead, office build out and expenses, life. So it's been a journey. I've been out of school just over 10 years. And to be completely honest, I have just let those loans be this cross to bear. They're like this shameful thing I never wanted to talk about. And so coming to YouTube was one way to get myself even further motivated and hold myself accountable, because I made the decision that I'm going to pay these things off, and I'm not going to let them hang around my neck for the next 25 years. For the last 10 years or so, I've been on an income-based repayment program, and I entered that being extremely misinformed on what I should be doing. I did not understand how income-based repayment works. I didn't understand how student loans work. I didn't understand how compounding interest works. These are all things I plan to discuss on the channel, and in describing to you over time how my experience has been. There's so much that I can share that I've learned through mistakes that have cost me thousands and thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars by not making the right decision. So that's what led me to start this channel. This is the very first video I've made. So welcome, thanks for watching. I'd appreciate if you could like and subscribe and help me build a following. This is really gonna help me stay motivated to pay these things off. My plan is to frequently make videos and show you making the payments and letting you guys follow along in my journey. Let me give you a little overview of where things are. My loans are currently at $278,000 and change. It was about 1 year ago that I decided that I needed to quit ignoring these loans. I had all these other little consumer debts, credit cards, car loans, just things that I was letting take priority over the student loan. It enabled me to be distracted enough that I wasn't paying attention to the student loan. Well, I finally got all of those things paid off, and now it's time to really go for it. And if there's one thing I could encourage anyone watching to do, is to do what I did a year ago and at least start going for it, do something, take some action. Making these videos, starting this channel, is the next step in my progress of furthering my action, taking more action, holding myself more accountable, and hopefully inspiring someone along the way to do the same. Because I'll tell you, this mountain of debt is terrifying. Without a doubt, it's terrifying. And the interest is outrageous. It's just under $1,500 a month interest for me. And being someone that's self-employed, when I make a student loan payment, it's also a taxable expense. Like, I can't write it off. The federal government only allows me to write off $2,500 per year in student loan interest. Well, as you can tell, that's a month and a half worth of interest. So there's really no help. So the only way to get around these loans is to plow right through them. So here's what happened. About a year ago, I decided, all right, this was like November, and I decided I'm just going to get started. I'm going to do whatever I can. I had 12 loans in total, and I decided I'm going to start paying something towards those loans. Even if it's $5, I'm going to start paying something towards those as often as possible. And since the two lowest balances were under $3,000 a piece, right around there, I just decided, screw it. I'm going to pay on both of them at the same time. And when they're paid off, at least I'll have two loans gone instead of just one. So it wasn't true like Dave Ramsey fashion, but it was something that allowed me to feel like I was at least getting a start on paying towards those loans. So back earlier this summer, I paid those 2 loans off, and it gave me some momentum. It really felt good to get those first 2 out of the way. So then it's like, great, I'm down to 10 loans. And the next loan was right around $13,000. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up my loans and show you guys with the screen share here in a second what they all entail. But my plan is in the next video, actually, I'm going to pay that loan off today as the Christmas present to myself. It's December 23rd, 2020. And inside of 1 year, I'll be able to say I had 3 loans paid off. So again, welcome to my channel. Let's take a look and let me show you how all these loans break down. I want to be as candid and as transparent as possible. These numbers are scary, and through support, through working together, through this platform on YouTube, my hope is that that I'll become that much more comfortable talking about it and dealing with it and plowing through it. So thanks for your support. Let's take a look. Okay. So this here is my Navient account. And as we look down, you'll see all of the different loans that I have for a total balance of $278,465.65. 10 loans, and that's as of December 23rd, 2020. Now, to give you guys some motivation, I have been fired up about paying these things off all year, and the momentum is built. It truly is that snowball effect. It took me, starting from last November through, I want to say June, July, August, somewhere, to pay off those 2 loans that had a relatively small balance of somewhere in the neighborhood of $5,000 to $6,000 in total for the 2 loans combined. And then loan number 3 was one of these $13,000 loans. And I am within $2,500 of paying off that loan. And that's the one I plan to pay off today when we're all done. So loan number 1 right here, we are down to $2,472.83. And you can see interest rate of 2.43, which is good. A lot of these loans have higher interest rates. 28,000 at 2.43. Here's another 13,000 for 6.8. This is what my interest rate has been on these loans most of the time, is 16.8%. One for 45,000, one for 13,000, another 49,000, 13, right there at 49,000, another one for 13, and another one for 48,000, for a grand total of a whopping Mount Everest $278,000 and change. So to give you some idea of how busy I've been this year, let's look at loan number 1. I want to show you all the payments that I've made and how aggressively I've been attacking this. So this shows you all the payments I've made here. And you look at the dates: December 21st, 17th, 17th, 16th, 15th, 13th, 11th, 10th, 9th, 8th, all the way down. I try to pay as often as I possibly can. As money comes in, I try to pay as much as I can. Just this month, I've had some good paydays come in. Here was a $1,500 payment, a $1,200 payment. When you start getting serious and making payments like this, that balance finally starts to move. To give you an idea, after I pay off loan number 3 today, it'll be right around $20,000 that I've paid off this year. And the scary part is that the overall balance it's only going to be reduced by about $5,000 in total. So that's, it's an awful feeling to know that so much of this money goes towards interest, but at the same time, it's a motivating factor to want to get rid of these loans and not let them hang around my neck. So just scrolling down, I wanted you to see what I've been doing. You can see the dates. Just frequently I'm making payments. I've been getting after it. So anyway, that gives you an idea. That's the last 6 months of how busy I have been to get these loans paid off. I'm guessing this one right here, that could have been one of my last ones on that last loan. Okay, anyway, that gives you an idea of how the loans look. It's a lot to tackle, but I appreciate that I can finally share this with someone, all of you out there watching. And, I know the support's going to help, and I'm motivated. I've broken it down. The best case scenario, what I want to do, my goal is $5,500 a month, and it'll allow me to be done within 5 years. So this is going to be a journey. It's not going to be an overnight process. But what excites me is the person, the businessman, the money manager that it's going to take me to become in order to pay these off is going to exceed every one of my, hopes, dreams, expectations. It's going to demand that I become a better version of myself. There's no way around that. I'm going to have to fire on all cylinders. I'm going to have to, function at the highest capacity possible to make these things go away. These loans are my burden. They are my cross to bear. They're my responsibility. And I'm going to own them, and I'm going to do everything I can to get that snowball moving in the right direction and pay these things off. Thank you guys for visiting. And I look forward to all of you following along. Please like, subscribe, and help me get this thing going. Thanks again.